A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you to the city of Indian rock and roll. Shillong is all set to host a crucial encounter between two seasoned war horses, Shillong Lajong FC and Churchil brothers. Both the teams have had a fair share of history when it comes to the fabric of Indian football. That's the dressing room of Shillong Lajong. Their signature red threads with which they came to the name, the Red Machines, will be taking on the might of the Goan warhorse Churchil brothers. They have an incredibly talented side and they have proven themselves in the ongoing I-League and will be hoping forward to reclaim the top 4 spot as the tournament progresses. They are coached by Bobby Lingdo Nongbet, who would of course like his team to log 3 crucial points. We'll quickly listen to what Mr. Nongbet had to say before we head into this encounter.
I think that it'll be a good match against Churchill brothers. They are also a very good team to be reckoned with. They are a team has been performing consistently in the last few I-Leagues when I think about it. And then I understand they will be trying to give their best today also. And from our part is that we need to maintain our momentum and gain as many points as possible and possibly get the 3 points here.
The moment we're waiting for.
And on the other hand, we have the Red Machines taking on the Reds. That's Churchill brothers, who are being coached by Edgardo Raul Malvestiti. They've had a pretty tough tournament, to be honest, and they will like to overturn the tide in their favor. This, however, is the home side getting all geared up, roaring all together to take on the opposition. Alongside me in the commentary box is Bhashwar. Very good afternoon, Bhashwar. And once again, welcome to another powerhouse of a show.
Good afternoon, Rohit, and good afternoon, everyone. We're expecting nothing short than a cracker of a match every time we have seen this venue this season. It has been a special occasion. And there's the lineup of Shillong Lajong FC to start with. Bishal Lama on goal. The back 4 remains somewhat the same with one change. Save Me Terang comes in. Renan Paulino in the starting 11 with Hardy Nongpri and Kinsai Luhid in midfield. And up front, a few changes with Persunip and Luiwang starting with Abdul Karim, forming a front 3. That's interesting. And the lineup of Churchill brothers with Shubhashish Rai Chaudhary on goal, Emiliano Kalekri in the back line with Nishchal Chandan providing some solidity. The fullbacks are very capable of going on those overlapping runs with Stanley Fernandez, Richard Costa, Anil Ramakaukar to supply up front for Chica, Ricardo and Martin Chavez. Today's match referee, Anand Rana, with assistant referees Mukesh Dutt and Shomnath Banerjee, fourth official Ashish Tiwari. And match commissioner for today's game is Muhammad Salim Patan.
Well, we have our guest for the day as well. Of course, a very renowned name when it comes to Indian football and also to the hills. I will quickly introduce you to all of them. We have got Shri Banteda Lingdo, the current MLA, advisor to Chief Minister and former Minister of Sports and Youth Affairs. We have got Shri D.P. Walang, IAS, Chief Secretary, Government of Meghalaya, and Shri B. Dingdo, former General Secretary of Meghalaya Football Association and AIFF Executive Committee member.
Well, just having an introduction with the players, these big names. The Red Machines, though, in black today against the home side will be a test to find the real Reds for the fans. But of course, the home fans will do everything possible to cheer and back their team. There's the few new interesting changes. Rohit, what would you say about them? Persunip and Luiwang in the front. Along with Abdul Karim, they are in support to provide him from the wings.
Well, one particular thing about Shillong Lajong is that they are a side who have started off very well. But one big name that they will still be missing out, who's been injured and has been ruled out of action for a while, that's the Japanese attacker Takuto Miki. When he was in the side, he played a few crucial role alongside Daniel Gonzalez. And even the last game that Shillong Lajong played, they went on to salvage a point in absolutely literally the last minute of the game, where Daniel Gonzalez scoring that goal. So of course for them, this game is a contest of logging all 3 points, and they are just one of these two sides. Except for them, it's just Mohammedan Sporting who still stays unbeaten in the league, and Shillong Lajong is still to be beaten in the league. They have gone on for 7 unbeaten games. So with keeping that in mind, of course, this is another crucial fixture, particularly considering the fact that this is a home game. Now again, coming to Churchill brothers, they are a side that have had all of us surprised, but the reason being they have scored, or they have went on to win almost impossible fixtures and similarly lost the easy ones. Like they started the tournament with a draw against Namdhari, and from there on they went on to defeat Gokulam Kerala. Apologies, not Gokulam Kerala rather. They went on to draw with Gokulam Kerala. That was kind of a tough encounter.
Well, indeed, that's been surprising, not just because of those wins, but they won those 2 fixtures, drew a few, but 3 losses as well, which is very contradictory to the way they have played. Sometimes they look like a side possessed, so tough to beat, a 4-0 against Strau, and after that it was the draw against Gokulam, and later on they lost 2-1 to Delhi FC. But both of those games were away from home, and today as well, their 3rd away game in a row. But the 2 captains, they look motivated. It is the battle of the 10 and the 11. One very popular all around the nation. Martin Chavez has played across different clubs, even in the Indian Super League. And Hadi Nangri, experience, is a very, very home favorite here in Shillong. The crowd likes him, Shillong likes him, and he is delivering. It is time for match number 51, Shillong Lajong against Churchill brothers.
And on your frame, attacking from the right to the left, in not that traditional, but definitely one of their menacing black is Churchill brothers. Attacking on your frame from the left to the right is the home side. It's dressed in their signature reds, as we call them, the Reds. It is Shillong Lajong FC. It's good to see that the stadium is almost brimming to the rafters behind the goals. This tells you volumes about how much love the Highlanders have for their football, for their local talents. Definitely when it comes to Shillong Lajong, it has been quite a heartthrob for them over all these years.
And there hasn't been a day this season where we haven't praised and talked about these fans in Shillong. They just absolutely love the game and make this ambience extraordinary. And that is one thing which makes it even more difficult for the opponents. And there's a press from Shillong, and they are a side who like to press. And that's one back in the midfield now. A good little turn. And now Kinsel just controlling it. Once they get control, they are very, very difficult. And there's a pass for Abdul Karim, an early opening, and headed out of the danger zone by Gogo, I believe. And what a cross that.
Well, Abdul Karim Samb, he had quite a few opportunities in the last game as well. Just couldn't latch on to them, but eventually he played a pivotal role in the goal being scored. So definitely he is going to be a major towering factor when it comes to the attacks for the home side. Here's the first corner of the afternoon. Floated into the mix, not really the best taken corners. It was going away from the goal and trying to test Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary. Even if you'd have got a header from that range, I don't think that's going to be wise.
That's one man to keep an eye on for Churchill brothers, Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary. If he can help his team and this man, the head coach Edgardo Raul, he'll be happy if Shubhashish can do what he's expected to do. But that is tough against this very side because they have scored in every game so far. Even though they have conceded, that's a different story. But they have managed to score and they will try to do so. The clean sheet is missing, but the first priority is 3 points at the moment.
A decent start, to be honest, from the Reds here. They are going forward in numbers, trying to come together, trying to not repeat the same mistake that they did against Rajasthan United. They allowed Rajasthan United to score that opening goal of the match. So that is one of the things that should be noticed about Shillong Lajong. But similarly, Churchil brothers, if you have a closer look at them throughout the tournament, the way they tame the Snow Leopards in their home as well, they sit back and they soak in the early pressure. And then, let's say around from 30-35 odd minutes, they start coming out of the shell, flapping their wings majestically in the couple of victories that they have had so far in the season. And another important factor for Churchill brothers is that they have been conceding late. It's not that they have not taken the lead, but despite taking the lead, they have went on to concede that, which kind of tells you that they are getting a bit too complacent after securing the early lead. This can be a chance for them. Cross comes floating in, but it looks like it's going to be the first corner for Churchill brothers in today's afternoon.
Well, one corner each right now, and the fans are still coming in, and this is one side of the pitch where attackers, either if they score, they'll be celebrating massively, but till then, it is a very scary scenery behind you. It is Martin Chavez. Both the captains are their favorite set-piece takers. Just tying his laces, almost as if getting his boot ready to deliver some venom in the box here. Just a few instructions. We've seen different set-piece tactics coming into play. Bobby Nongbert, he has used his set-piece tactics to the most. Here comes the delivery, the header deflected, and that came off the Churchill brothers player, hence the goal kick. Could have been dangerous. These kind of situations in the box, when there's a deflection suddenly, just makes it difficult for the defenders because you do not actually know, and that's a giveaway. And the strike is well wide. That's disappointing. Tell you what, Ricardo, you wouldn't get a chance like that, and he has been in goal scoring touch lately.
Yeah, I think he didn't apply himself at all in that instance, because in order to take the shot, you need to be in the position, you need to go ahead and balance yourself. He took it very nonchalantly, yes, but then again, if you're not positioning yourself for the shot, the kind of direction, the kind of power, the kind of venom that you will want behind your shot, that was never there. Here comes Shillong though, from the right, slightly poor there, to be honest. He could have done better. The idea was right to tee him up and then probably set up that opportunity, but that goes begging.
Well, indeed, again, a little bit of miscommunication that happens in this AstroTurf. And they come again. Hadi Nongbri with another delivery. A little away from Abdul Karim, who was approaching again. His time and again in those crucial areas. He had not such a clean start. Has got a few goals, one against Delhi FC, but then he would want to score more. He has the ability, just isn't firing in the box. This was the cross which was a bit away from him, and hence the chance went begging.
If you take a look at Abdul Karim Sam's flair, he's someone who has a very monstrous, very beastly presence in the opposition box. But once again, that one particular thing that has been bothering him is he's slightly sluggish in nature. So by the time he collects the ball and moves around, I think he gets crowded over by the defenders. But with that being said, if you feed him the ball, if he is all set to pull the trigger, it will be very, very difficult to try and challenge him. A bit of tempers flaring there, a bit of a push hither and yon. The referee stepping inside, Anand Rana, just ensuring the fact that everything is hunky-dory before the free kick is taken.
Well, Renan Paulino, he knows exactly what he was doing. Just making sure the concentration is broken for Churchill. And right now they have a set piece, a free kick. Two options, one with the left and one with Hardy's right. Well, let us wait and see what they choose. But rightly spotted for Abdul Karim, the way he plays. Maybe he will, and is working on that, and will find a way soon. And this man, he loves providing deliveries on a plate. Hadi Nongbri again, and not the best of shift ball forwards for him. And Abdul Karim has seen a pass wide to Renan Paulino. Excellent. And now Paga, one-on-one with the defender, just at the edge of the box. Takes it to the right, and now the cross, a free shot off the post, is it? What a chance.
What I'm startled about, I'm sorry that I interjected you, what I'm really startled about is how many players did Shillong Lajong have at posts? I mean, there was one player going for the overhead kick, there was another ready for the header, and there was another who was ready for the shot. Eventually the shot did come in. So that tells you how famished they are for goals. And that is the true great. Once again, we'll try and show you. There was Paga creating that cross. Look at the first play. There at the first post, then Samb going for the header, and then a bicycle shot attempted as well. Just tells you that they are playing with a very attacking mindset. Though at the moment it looks like S. Taryang, or not exactly Taryang, it's in fact someone else. It looks like it's Nishchal Chandan who's down, is it? Well, we'll quickly confirm, but again, obvious signs because the stretcher is out, and you never want to see the stretcher being out so early, is it?
Well, of course, we hope it is nothing such serious, but he still stayed down. Probably his knee, that's what the physio is checking at the moment. But what a chance for Shillong Lajong. Paga just creating that little bit of space, and as you spotted those three players, one with the header, one with the acrobatic attempt, and then the volley. Every option available in the box. That's how hungry they are for the points. That's how hungry they are to perform. And that shows they were relegated a few seasons ago, fielding an all-Indian squad where they played pretty decent and pretty eye-catching football. But that's not all. They didn't find points, and they were eventually relegated. Somewhat hard done by the clubs below them who were protected because of some reasons. Of course, we all know that. And they are now hungry to prove and show everyone what they are made of, and that doesn't look good for the player who's being stretched off at the moment. We'll have to wait for confirmation of who it is, but and again, if we talk about that chance, and not just those three players, another player was just at the far post waiting for a tap in too, but it was so fast he had no clue what to do there.
Well, one particular thing that I just observed is like they are going to play a very high line of defense today. Now that can also be one thing, considering that Churchil brothers hasn't fired, because it's like the psychological thing that goes on in your mind. You kind of try to force yourself on the opposition, because you know, knowing football being a game of momentum, if you start threatening early into the fixture, your opposition does have a tendency, particularly when you're away from home, and playing away from home, playing in the heart of Shillong Lajong with all the crowd supporting you. I don't think it's an easy task. It feels like you have walked into a boiling cauldron of threats that are being hurled at you from every corner of the park.
Well, it isn't, of course, and it seems like it was Anil Ramagaonkar. And we have to wait to see if he can continue, or we'll see a change. But there came a clash, and that's a bit sloppy because it were two players of the same team. And now a chance for Churchill to go on the break. And again, good defending, good covering back from Kinsai Kongshit. Churchill, they have given away the ball now. And now Shillong come from the left. Both teams showing intent. And we had a bit of sloppiness moving forward.
Well, I think it's just the early jitters that's still kind of dampening them, because both the sides have got the desired firepower that can turn this into an absolute clash of pyrotechnics. Even before you know, we will probably go forward and have goals raining upon us. But until that happens, both the sides, they'll be slightly scrappy for a certain point in time.
Well, just the early stages, as you said, getting a feel of the game, just growing into the game, getting into their groove, and whichever team gets there first will have a chance to strike early. And that early goal can always be a major difference between the side. But the presence of Ren and Paulino in that defensive midfield zone just provides Lajong that stability. These signings just have been so good for. There's a free kick meanwhile while we're talking. Saying about the signings, they've just filled the right spots, so wherever the need, they've brought in a striker in the likes of Abdul Karim. They've got Takuta Miki, who's at the moment missing, but has shown the quality he has. They have filled the defensive midfield zone with a strong and tall defensive midfielder and a centre back. That's what your team needs when you have such quality Indian players surrounding you.
I think it's about a long-term planning, to be honest, because that is how a team is made. You have an entire puzzle in place. We'll get back to that. Hardy with the free kick. Chance for Shillong Lajong. But Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary, he is a mountain of calm under some serious pressure. And he won't be beaten with that. This can be a chance for Churchil brothers at the other end though. Martin Chavez was already knocking on the doors. And it looks like he's won a corner, the second corner of the afternoon for his side.
But he has, and chances at both ends. It has been given as a goal kick because it went out from that Martin Chavez shot before Vishal Lama got a touch to it. But end-to-end action, just a moment ago it was Lajong attacking from a free kick and on the counter. It's a very open game, and that's what we expect because every time these two teams have met except 2 occasions in total in 14 meetings. Apart from that, there hasn't been a single draw between them.
I think 2023-24 has somewhat seen a flurry of open games. None of the teams have actually sat back and defended, no matter where they have landed, except for Namdhari, because again, you have to understand the fact that Namdhari is fairly new to this entire footballing shop. So at the moment, their purchases ahead of the season weren't that great. Again, we are all assured of the fact that they will come of age. It's just that it's a matter of a couple of years maybe. Because most of the teams that have been new to Indian football has been a part of I-League or ISL of late. Whether it's Bengaluru FC started their journey a decade ago, but they got success straight away. It just tells you about the new structure that is in place. The entire administration, the entire team coming together. So that is always a good sign for any of the new teams. Now, of course, with that being said, you can always point out the likes of Sudeva, the likes of Kenkre FC being relegated. But that doesn't mean that they are not doing things right. It's just that maybe that particular season wasn't kind enough for them.
Well, Churchill brothers, they have the ball and they'll try to attack. But Lajong, that's a clever flick from Abdul Karim. And now some pace here from Lewang. And now Abdul Karim again. And Shillong Lajong knocking the door here. Passing it around. Hadi Nongri always looks for those clever forward passes. Felt a little nudge from behind. Leon says the official had beautifully done that. And that was Shillong Lajong. These little phases of play just show them. We were talking about new teams. If anyone is mistaking Shillong Lajong as a new team, they are just being deceived. And that is what the Reds are trying to prove here. They're not new. They are very, very habituated. And now Kinsai Kongsit, what a cross that! And Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary. That is why he is there. And that is why he is the number 1. And a good save, had to stop it, even though it was straight to him.
A brilliant all-round display of football, a lovely cross. Karim Sam should have done better from that range because he's pretty tall and pretty physical as well. So maybe a bit more force on the ball could have at least tested Shubhashish, because knowing the shot stopper that Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary is, he won't be faced by that. Once again, a glimpse at what just happened a few moments ago. Look at that cross. As glorious as it gets, both the sides were empty, could have just headed, could have just directed the header, but eventually what he does is he finds that last guard of the citadel, Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary, a war horse who's fought countless wars, and defenders came to the deliverance of his team for more than a zillion occasions?
Well, exactly. But it often depends on the defense too. He's conceded 8 goals this season, Churchill brothers in total, in the 7 matches they have played. And the reason is not always the goalkeeper alone. This cross, Abdul Karim of course should have done better. Both sides of Shubhashish were open, could have just placed it. And this is what I was saying about Abdul Karim. He gets those chances, gets into positions, conversion yet missing, even though he's got 1 goal. And he has another pass forward. And now Paga on the ball. He has options in the box. Another delightful cross in, and now with the left, Abdul Karim still has a chance. And he'll control it. And finally, the ball is away from the danger zone. The time and again, they look dangerous, and all because of those delicious passes in the box. The previous one from Kinsai Kongsit. Abdul Karim goes down, and no foul says the referee. Was there contact with Shubhashish? If there was, could have been a decision to discuss, but a friendly handshake there.
Yeah, I think there wasn't. They both knew because Shubhashish was clearly on the ball. I reckon a change has happened it looks like Rahul Raju has made his way to the center. We are not yet sure the one who went down. It looks like it's Anil Gaonkar who's gone down, basically the one who is receiving the treatment. So he's gone out and Rahul Raju has been introduced into the mix. Again, Anil is a player who takes a lot of workload, goes around throughout the field. That's his USP. There's another long ball created. Churchill brothers knocking on the doors ever so slightly in a pretty subtle manner, but has been stalled in their tracks. And now this is a lovely bit of play there. Lovely one-touch football coming in from Churchill. They keep the ball at their feet. Martin Chavez once again trying to pull the strings from the back, but was denied.
He looked unhappy. He clearly looked unhappy because he felt a few nudges running forward, but play on was given and eventually cleared away. He lost control anyway. Even the first one was probably on the ball. That is why it wasn't given. And here is Martin Chavez, the orchestrator for Churchill brothers. Back on the ball. Again, solid defending. Daniel Gonsalves time and again stepping up. And now Kinsel switching it to the right. I was talking about passes in the box. They have a chance to deliver again. Again, 2 or 3 players free. This time up to Kareem was the favorite option for Kinsel. But Renan Polino and the left channel was wide open, waiting for a pass.
Even in the last match as well, Shillong Lajong, they were pretty profligate. They squandered too many opportunities. They could have won the match easily. So today as well, they've started another cross floating in from the right. Eludes everyone. Will fall for the player to the far left. There is another shot attempted, but that was definitely not on target. And if you're hoping that Shubhashish Chaudhary will be deceived by them, I think it took a deflection along the way, is it? No, it's gone out for a goal kick.
Well, of course, but then you need to take your chances. But with this kind of an attempt, you won't be able to. If you want to beat Shubhashish Chaudhary from that distance, you maybe can, but the attempt has to be much, much better than this one. And now an ambitious pass forward from Churchill. And then Paulino controls, just takes charge every time the ball is with him. And now Daniel Gonsalves moving forward. Hadi Longri. They're all experts in the roles they've been provided. They know what to do, when to do, how to do it. Hadi. Again, Kinsai Kongshit combining so well these little passes together. It looks so good. Is that a throw in for Lajong? It seems to be. They're moving forward in that body language. Well, it is a throw in for Churchill. They're perhaps moving to just cover the spaces.
Well, 3 teams that has really impressed me with somewhat of a similar brand of football, similar brand of passing football, if I may say. The kind of fluidity that they have knitted together. One of them has, of course, been Shillong Lajong, the other being Aizawl this time, and the third being Gokulam Kerala. It's just about the fluidity, it's just about the ball control out in the midfield. That has been absolutely wondrous. Here's a chance for Churchill brothers, though. Looking around for a bit of space. Dishiara on the ball. Dishiara steers it towards the right. And now further sent forward, looking around for a bit more space, looking around for a cross. A very emasculated effort as it goes out of play. It's going to be a throw in here in favor of the Red Machines.
Well, indeed, and you said about the teams, they have been showing promise. But if you remember, Gokulam Kerala, they were one of the teams in this very venue who had done not that great. I would say they weren't happy with a few decisions, but done badly. 3-1 in favor of Shillong Lajong. And Nishchal with the throw-in. He has been another promising centre-back coming up from the likes of Sudeva Delhi. And there's a long throw. We've seen one such coming in the previous day. Again, good defending, a goal kick. And Sudeva, they even though have been relegated previous season, didn't perform too well initially. At the ending stages, showed a bit of brilliance. They've provided a few good players. One of them even went on to sign for Mumbai City FC and was on the bench in an AFC Champions League match, Lojim. And the others scattered around in different clubs in the I-League and ISL. And here's another free kick, this time for Churchill brothers.
Well, you know, as they say, the show must go on. Despite a team getting relegated, the best part about I-League is that they are always, now probably you may not know this, but there are scouts looking around for players who can fit into their particular idea of a player or particular idea of a puzzle that we are talking about. And yes, Mumbai City FC, one amazing fact about them is that they believe in the ethos of building the Indian football base. There comes the free kick, but that's gone miles away from that woodwork. And talking about Mumbai City FC, the likes of Ishan Pandita, one of my personal favorites, and I also believe he can be one of that striker that Indian national team is looking for at the moment. He's sensational. Alongside Mumbai City FC, another team that promotes youth is Hyderabad FC as well. There's a nice cross though sent out towards that extreme left. And Shillong Lajong still tries to infringe into the opposition box. This can be a shooting chance, and somehow Karim Sam proves to be the obstacle between the ball and the goal.
Well, and he was offside, so anyway, the flag was up as well, and he was the obstacle. They were helping their defense, but you look at those build-up and passes. We talk about special things, we talk about tactics, we talk about big things, and there's the offside again. Maybe not, but anyway, the chance was gone. But we talk about those big things, but at the end, little things matter. The way they receive the ball, the way they move off the ball. If you look at the Shillong players, in the previous move, the way Paga just controlled it and played a pass to Lajong, and the way he controlled it in his back foot, with his back foot. We often see players, even if they expertise in their field, just try to do something extraordinary and just mess up the situation. But Shillong doing those basic things right, and that has been the major strength for Shillong Lajong.
Ashwar, just adding to what you just said here, I mean, see, overhead kicks, gravity-defying shots, all of them matter. Yes, they are a beauty to watch, even though this can be a chance for Churchil brothers. However, they have been defended in a very resolute manner. Now, yes, see, overhead kicks are a beauty to watch. Rainbow flicks are absolutely sensational. But what matters at the end of the day is you keep on scoring goals. It doesn't matter whether it's coming from a tap-in. It doesn't matter whether it's coming of pinballing off each other's feet. But till the time those 3 points is coming, it's gonna work for you. So at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is, no matter how much beauty we talk about, how much glory we talk about, it's all these small things, just the basics coming right, and we know what follows suit is glory. So it's just about getting your objectives right. There comes a corner here. Martin Chavez floats it into the mix. That was a brilliant corner. Dishiara had another chance, but his header bulges wide.
Warning sign from Ricardo De Chiara and Martin Chavez. Their combination can be as deadly as Hadi Nongri and Renan Polino and Daniel Gonsalves have been in the set pieces. That was just what they have been doing. Could have been hurt by their own medicine somewhat. Could have tasted that, but thankfully that header was off target. But Shillong Lajong, they need to take their chances. They cannot keep creating them and missing them. Churchil brothers in attack.
Bashwar, believe me, own or someone else's medicine, I don't like tasting them at all. They're very bitter. I hate it. I'm pretty sure the players hate it too, but then again, when you're playing a sport professionally, there are times where you have to consume them. But yes, getting back to the game now. So you were talking about Dishiara and Martin Chavez. They initially started the tournament on a very slow note. They had their challenges, they faltered, but the way they have turned things around in terms of combination, maybe Churchil brothers hasn't really reaped the rewards handsomely. This can be a chance. There comes the shot, but that's taken an outwardly curl altogether as it clatters on to the stands there. Vishal Lama sets himself up for the goal kick, takes it along the carpet.
Somewhat a scuffed goal kick, back with Shillong Lajong only for a moment. That attempt from Rahul Raju, the substitute, and again solid defending, but that knock doesn't look good. And now a long ball forward, 5 shots from Lajong, 3 from Churchil, up to Karim, looking for options. He needs to do better finding those passes, made it difficult for his teammate. He does ever so well, but blocked.
It's going to be a throw in here for the Red Machines. Just a bit of discontent being shown by Gugu, another player who I won't exactly say that he's very experienced, but he's of course been in the Indian fabric for a while. Here comes Martin Chavez from the left, cuts back in, pushing himself for that shot, takes one, and that's deflected. Danger's not over though, and now suddenly the danger's on the other shore as Shillong Lajong comes all the way from the right with Lewang looking for some support. Eventually plays it amongst themselves, sends it all the way back to Kinsol.
Excellent coordination, and starting from the defensive play, the block from Kinsai Kongshit to Martin Chavez shot. He exactly knew his idea when he moved in. Homework and turned properly. As of now, 28 minutes in, and no goals separating the two sides. Hardy Nongbi, how deep does he come in to support his team? And that's another great ball forward. Paga, he's one of the changes coming in. Paga driving inside the box. Has support, still controls, and now Kinsel, a grounded cross, had to be cleared away by the tall and strong centre back.
Decent vigilance there from the Churchill brothers defense. Good to see that they are up to the task. Kinsol still in possession of the ball, twists and turns around, eventually drags the Churchill defense out of their shell. And now Hardy sending it forward, back with Kinsel once again. And now another attack coming in from the right. There comes the cross, goal scoring chance. Eludes Kareem's towering stature. He was rightly on his money this time. A sensational delivery into the box coming in from Renan Paulino. And that is why he's so dangerous, isn't he?
Well, this is football at its best. Will get you up from your seats every time they go in attack. Another great delivery, just a bit, inches away from Abdul Kareem. But these chances need to be converted if they want points. But at the same time, for the neutral, this is a game you shouldn't miss at all. But just to remind you, the last time these two sides met was on the 5th of February 2019. We'll talk about that score after this attack. Stanley finds Ricardo. And now out wide for Coco. A delicate chip inside Ricardo with a header. Just couldn't generate the power.
Well, another important point about Shillong Lajong. They may be undefeated, yes. But you have to understand that they have went on to win 3 games, but they have drawn 4. Now, I'm not trying to detract their ability, but what I'm trying to say is 4 draws in 7 games kind of throws question. Martin, in fact, Tishiara it is. Who's down, who probably took a knock at the back of his head. It's good to see he's getting back on his feet because again, these injuries can be slightly tricky. 55% ball possession for Shillong Lajong, 45% of it for Churchill brothers. To be honest, this has been a fairly tight encounter. Both the sides have played out a very even Stevens battle.
Well, indeed, a even Stevens battle, rightly said. But out of the 4 draws, another interesting thing, if you see, 2 of those 4 draws has come against the top 2 sides, Mohammedan and Srinidhi, who have only got 1 draw each, and they've stopped them. So that is, maybe, there's 2 ways to see it. Either you're having a problem because they're conceding goals in every match, no clean sheet so far. That is, of course, a problem. But at the same time, some confidence that you are scoring and getting points unbeaten. And getting back a little bit, as I was saying about the previous meeting on the 5th of February 2019, it was a 3-2 win for Shillong Lajong at this very venue. Guess who scored in that game? You know the 2 players, I'm very sure. One of them is Samuel Kinshi, who scored 2 goals right now with Punjab FC in ISL, and another one was Nauram Mahesh Singh of East Bengal.
Well, Nauram Mahesh Singh, another talent altogether, and has been sensational for East Bengal indeed. Here comes Churchill brothers though, has some space, lovely bit of footwork there, sets it up perfectly there. Chavez looking around for shooting chance, but will be delayed as Churchill brothers still looks around for opportunities and crossing space. There comes the cross, but emphatically repelled by the Reds in fact.
Again, great defending by Shillong Lajong. Look at the commitment, not allowing an inch of space to shoot. And that was Ronnie Wilson with a header. And now they will create an attacker. They need to be more clinical in the finishing. And now Laiwang from the right has Abdul Kareem to aim for. And that header was so important from Nishchal Chandan. They'll continue their attack. Heidi in support. He's looking to do Delon Paga. Takes a touch of Coco.
You know, one particular thing about Abdul Kareem's sum that I should talk about. Well, of course, he probably could have scored a couple of goals by now. So maybe in that aspect, he hasn't been as brilliant as you wanted him to. A cross came floating in, but Abdul Karim Sam once again failing to latch onto it. But one particular thing about Sam is that he's kind of dragged almost a couple of defenders, at least 2 to 3 defenders along with him. Now that has opened up more spaces for Shillong Lajong when they have come attacking on the doors. So that is one aspect of Abdul Karim Sam that any team will like to use. When you're drawing defenders on your trail, it always becomes easy for your teammates to try and open up an opportunity.
Well, of course, he's always in that right position again, just putting that press on Nishchal Chandan, who's comfortably dealing with those at the moment. But Abdul Karim, why we say about him converting the chances, because he has the ability, the expectation is there, and that is why he's always there in the lineup. They know, the Shillong Lajong faithful and the Shillong Lajong coach as well, that Daniel Gonzalez, he is doing his job solidly at the back. 33 minutes played. Will we see a goal in this half? We have seen in the last 4 fixtures between these two sides.
Well, you have a 6 feet 4 inches Senegalese marksman in your echelons. You certainly will have your expectations. But let's see, when can he actually turn them to reality? Decent work. Here's another chance. There comes the shot, but that will sail over. These two, they have been instrumental today for Churchil brothers. It's Deshiara and Martin Chavez. It has been a wonderful combination between both of them, the Uruguayan and the Argentine, almost hailing all the way from similar parts of the world. And we all know how football is famous in all those parts.
For some South American flair between the two, and that is why their combination is so important for Churchil brothers. But that shot didn't just or rather wasn't just a shot, but had an amount of frustration behind that. Not really clear frustration, but in his mind he knows that his team needs a goal and he wants to shoot. He likes to shoot. He's not getting the spaces, and there he was forced to just go a bit wide and try and get a shot after long. This is off the target, and another free kick. Do not give Shillong Lajong set pieces to test you.
Well, of course, if you're giving away those free set pieces to them, no matter the range, they can prove to be a real thorn in your flesh, because they have got players who can launch it. And one good thing about Shillong Lajong set pieces is that they have the clarity. They know exactly when to go for a direct one, or they know exactly when to use the free kick as a launch pad. It's going to be the captain Hardy who chips it into the box. Goal scoring chance, what a save! But it looks like finally Shillong Lajong. Well, the goal has not stood, but Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary once again standing tall under the woodwork. We were talking about why it's so dangerous for Shillong Lajong, and they show it once again.
Almost, but tell you what, we have to look at that again. Appeals for offside would of course go up because he was in front of the goal line. The initial one, was that off? Well, that was why the offside was given, because here probably Nishchal was already crossing the goal line, so this wasn't the offside, but a great call by the assistant referee.
Yeah, of course, I think we should also talk about them, the unsung heroes. But the job now, we all know that VAR is still to come down to India. So till the time that has not been the case, we know the assistant referees have done a phenomenal job as well alongside the referees. Now Churchill brothers talking about being phenomenal. They try to muscle their way past almost a couple of defenders, and it looks like they have done a brilliant work of getting a free kick in their favor. And now a bit of agony here for Chika Ajulu. He's clutching onto his heel. Stanley wants to lend him a hand.
Probably just felt a step there, sandwiched between Renan Polino and Sevmi. Just a step on that right boot. That is why he was clutching it. He doesn't like it. Of course, especially if you are a player of big stature, you do not like opponents getting close to you. And you know, even if you see the likes of Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo, you would see they generally do not like being fouled this way. You just protected. They want to be protected, the quality they have, and even your teammates and the viewers, everyone just want them to be away from such situations so they are safe and they can bring that is a heated argument for who is going to take the set piece.
Well, I'll add another name to the list, of course, the one of Neymar. I mean, again, I'm a massive fan of him, no doubts on that. But yes, what you mentioned, that's kind of important. We'll get back to this discussion. Here is Chika Ajulu and Martin Chavez racing themselves for what can be a potential goal-scoring chance. Chika Ajulu, oh, that had some venom, that had some menacing dip on that. He was going down, but not exactly the way they wanted. And Nishchal Chandan having a walk back. Yeah.
Well, it was a good free kick there. You see that again. There was an argument for who will take it. Martin Chavez and Gogo, neither of them took it. It was that man Stanley, or rather Chika, who took it. And now Martin Chavez again.
You know, talking, in fact, apologies for interjecting you again, talking about what you were just saying a few moments ago about injuries and protecting your own player. But it looks like we'll have to hold on to that discussion for Shillong Lajong. This time Abdul Karim Sam just inflicting his stature a bit too much. That was not really well liked by the referee. And now once again, getting back to the discussion where your main players, they will always have to be protected because they bring a certain flair to the table. Ideally the role that a quarterback plays in terms of American football. So they are being protected at all costs, and that is not because they just bring a special flair, but they also bring a kind of fear to the platter. Because when you have a certain Ronaldo, a certain Messi and Neymar in your ranks, your opposition is bound to commit men to that cause. There's a chance though for Shillong Lajong, but Churchil, excellent defending once again. The way they snatched the ball away, that's sensational to say the least.
That's cleared by Bishal Lama, had to be somewhat forced. But again, suddenly at this very moment, Churchill brothers are creating the better of chances. And Martin Chavez will be aware, but that was a very poor from Richard Costa, or rather miscommunication between the two, and Coco, who needs to calm down himself. We understand he was very eager to take the set piece, but you have to be in the game every moment. Happens, part and parcel, another chance. Kinsai Kongshin, cross is dealt with, and now he has to track back. The left full-back position is empty. That's a heavy touch, will be taken off by Ronnie Wilson. Has silently done the job so well and keeps it in play too. And they're back with Churchill brothers.
Stanley Fernandez could have done better with that first touch, because the first touch is very, very important. Here's Martin Chavez once again. Stanley now who's shifted out to that left flank. He's been a pretty active character out on that left wing. Stanley back on the ball, steers it towards that central channel now. Here's an attempt by Martin Chavez, a nice turnaround. Bishiara on the ball, wanted to go forward with the shot. Chika Ajulu takes it on the turn, but that was not on target. Never really easy. He was being crowded over by a couple of defenders, and the way they blocked him, that was definitely exemplary.
Difficult, but a glimpse of brilliance. Or was he offside as well? Well, not really. A deflection coming in, and great work to turn and shoot, but couldn't find the target, well wide of target eventually. The Shillong Lajong, they need to focus. Of course, changes will come in. Just having a look at the bench, few promising players. They have started games, they have come on as substitutes and impressed. The likes of Ever Brightson, Sana, Figo Sentai, and Alan Lingjo. Churchill again in attack. They're not being allowed those spaces, but they're trying hard to force mistakes from the Lajong defense, which isn't yet coming. They do not want to give away a goal today here. They do not have a clean sheet. They're fighting for that too in their home ground. All the way back to Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary. But this man, he has saved Churchill brothers twice or thrice now in today's game.
Well, he's been the messiah of all the teams that he's played for. He was that active part of the second season of ISL. I remember he played for when it used to be ADK, Atletico de Kolkata back then. So at that point in time, he's been doing the rounds. And the best part about Shubhashish is that his reflexes are very, very sharp. Now, he can move around very quickly. He's very nimble-footed. And more importantly, even at this age, the kind of fitness that Shubhashish has, that is very, very envious.
Well, Rafael, the youngest of players in the squad, number 10, you have to see what he does on the pitch to know why he is still favored by teams, and that's a steal by Lewang. And there was a foul, probably play on again for the second or third time. A Shillong attack has been allowed to play on, but there were fouls in between. Well, that's excellent work. Can he get on to that? Kinsel still controlling, still on the ball, in play. The last touch came off a red shirt. It is a throw in for Churchil brothers. They are just having a bit of issues here in terms of going in attack, because Churchil brothers, they're showing some dominance right now.
Couple of minutes to go in this in the regulation time of the first half. Churchil brothers, ever since we were talking about this, once the initial jitters are off, they are a very hard side to contend with. The numbers probably of the points table will not tell you. They'll say otherwise, because just with a couple of victories, Churchil brothers, they're ailing pretty much in the bottom half of the points table. But that really doesn't met out justice to the kind of quality that Churchil brothers have or they bring to the table. Here's the ball with Shillong Lajong. Though Shillong Lajong has, I won't exactly say that they have gone back into the husk, but now it's a more open play than it initially was. It was kind of lopsided when the game began in the wee hours of the fixture. It was just the Reds coming in numbers, but then the Red machines, they geared up as well, and they got switched on. And since then, it has been a pretty feisty battle at both ends.
And now Shillong Kane in attack. Renan Polino has been allowed some space. And now from the right, Paga, time and again, coming in the box. Another chance. This one is the best of them. There is no offside involved this time. It came off a deflection. And the Rock Capital can now rock in style. It's 1-0 Shillong Lajong. And now they will be a happy side.
Brilliant finish by Lewang. He had his eyes on the ball. And Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary is certainly not happy. I reckon there's a yellow card as well that has gone up. We'll confirm quickly who was the man who was given the booking there. But a brilliant finish, a good team goal if I may say. It was not about individual brilliance, it was about that entire attacking unit coming together. That is what makes this goal a lot more special. And Lewang, being the ultimate predator, being the ultimate poacher, just taps it home from point blank range. Shubhashish merely stays stranded to his spot. We'll try and show you. This is how the goal was scored. Sensational delivery once again coming in from Paga there. Look at this one, a nice off the ball play, and then Abdul Karim Sam tries to score it all by himself. Doesn't really get the connection, as they say that a few things are simply meant to be. That miscued connection sets up Lewang perfectly, and he just pokes it home from point blank range.
Not sure where the handball appeals are coming from, but offside was surely not an option, and neither were their appeals. And the first to react was Laimang Boham, and that is why he's got Shillong Lajong the lead. But again, it was Koko on that side. He's been such a great player, but just since that moment, oh, that's another silly foul from Gogo, and he'll be booked. He needs to calm down. He's been just off his game since that heated discussion on the free kick. If that happens with his own teammates, it's difficult. And another yellow card for complaining for Chika as well, I believe.
Well, we'll have to confirm. Once again, apologies, Hashwat. We'll have to confirm who was the yellow card given to. We are still not sure. Couple of fouls, definitely. It's Gogo of Churchil brothers who's been given the yellow card, isn't it? Martin Sham is still trying to protest here. He's definitely not happy with the proceedings that are right now in place. 4 minutes have been added on, and already we have elapsed 90 seconds of the same. A wonderful opportunity once again for Shillong Lajong to take the free kick. Let's see if they can convert that.
Well, it was Gogo. We'll still wait for the confirmation, but there was another yellow, I believe. But now, Martin Chavis couldn't deliver from the set pieces, or rather delivered, but Churchil couldn't convert. Hadi Nongri, his set pieces are even more dangerous without the Kareem. That was more of a wild lash at it. Should have connected the header, but then could have opted for a pass. There were so many red shirts in the box.
I think Kareem was not exactly sure where the goal was. He chipped it at the far post. The idea was right, but again, you need to understand how your shots can be powered and all. But again, that discussion can be there for another day. Abdul Karim Sam, I won't exactly say that he's had an off day, but he definitely hasn't been as active on the ball, because the goal that came from Lajong, I think that should have come from Abdul Karim himself. Here's a chance for Churchill brothers. The question is, will they go for a long throw? Nishal Chandan coming up. We have seen him taking the long throws. Once again, we know long throws are the harbingers of chaos in modern day football.
He will take it long again for the second time in today's game. Nishal Chandan with the long throw. It is a weapon at times. A mistake from the defense. Blocked on the line, and bodies falling down to stop anything going past that defense. How committed is that defending, and the cheers and the applause from the gallery. It is massive here in Shillong.
Well, that has always been the scene. The football heritage of Shillong has always been promising. It looks like Martin Chavez, he scopped a blow while trying to take that shot. But what an incredible move from Churchill brothers. We'll try and show you if it's possible, the way they set itself up. And it's also good to see it's Caligari who was given the yellow card a few moments ago. So yes, with that being said, we'll have to understand the way Churchill brothers is now approaching the game. They know that they are a goal down, but they also have the firepower, particularly on a day where both Martin Chavez and Ricardo De Chiara, they have been firing on all cylinders. It's just that they have been slightly unfortunate. Again, not really the best of spectacles here. When you clutch onto your knees, it can be a very critical injury. But it's good to see that Martin is back on his feet, and the referee just wants to ensure the fact that everything is all set before we resume action.
Well, a minute more will be allowed by the official, I'm sure. 4 minutes additional time. There was a few stoppages in it. Drop of the ball, and we restart play. Can Churchill come back just before half time? If they can, it will be a major boost. Well controlled by Renan Paulino. They show glimpses of exciting play. And now Paga, if they can double it, well, not really with this attack. They would have loved it if they could have created something positive back with Churchill. Maybe a final attack before half time, right?
Yeah, one last throw of the dice. I reckon we are already running short of time. But then at the end of the day, this has been such an entertaining half of football, with both the teams looking around for chances. Well, that will be it. 45 minutes of captivating footballing action comes to an end with the promise of another exciting 45 minutes lined up on the horizon. Nishal Chandan trying to have a word. I'm fairly certain the crowd has got the worth of their money. They have been here, they have seen their home side score, and more importantly, they have seen a brilliant gentry of football. I don't think anything beats that.
Well, what came just at the 45th minute, Lajong getting Lajong the lead, and they will be a happier side in the dressing room with 45 more minutes to come. It's time to see if Churchill brothers can turn around this fixture, or will Shillong Lajong still remain unbeaten, and they will move to second on the table, level on points with Srinidhi. And there's the stats at halftime. 53% possession for Shillong Lajong to 47 for Churchill. Not that much of a difference. 8 shots from Churchill to 7 from Lajong. 3 on target. That has been the difference. Only 1 on target from Churchill. A few yellow cards. I'm sure that's more than 1. But 2 corners apiece and 2 offside for Lajong shows the amount of times they've tried to create those chances. And there's the shots of the Korean with 2. Ronnie Wilson moved up to have 2 attempts on goal. Lajong with the only attempt, and a goal. Paga and Renan Paulino with an attempt each.
And now when we pan our eyes to the shots taken by Churchill brothers, 8 of them, Ricardo De Chiara has been a live wire altogether. 3 of them, Chika Ajulu with a couple of them that included a free kick. Martin Chavez tried his luck from range as well. And Stanley with a fairly emasculated effort from distance. That's the fouls. Just 3 of them are pretty disciplined encounter, to be honest. Taryang with a couple of them. Karim Samb ended up committing an error that resulted in a foul and eventually a free kick. 6 fouls coming in from the Red Machines. Gogu with a couple of them. Chika Ajulu, Caligari, De Chiara and Stanley chipping in with 1 foul each.
Well, this is an art to the way they have been attacking as well as defending. It's not just going in attack and leaving defense empty. The workload, the coordination, the amount of attacks they're going in, it is very difficult to quickly track back and defend. And there's the highlights of the first half. We'll see how they've gone with things. But Churchill, they didn't do too bad. They did well enough to create chances. There was the first of them from Abdul Karim. Parker time and again delivering. This was Kinsel with the crosser towards Abdul Karim, who got a few chances, Rohit, but couldn't convert. This was one of the best.
Well, this has been an open encounter. I will never say that any of the sides have actually been lagging behind. That was an opportunity that Karim Sam should have buried 6 feet into the back of the net. But then again, you got to place at times. You just need to use the tactical prowess a bit more. That was another sensational cross. Paga has created a handful of sensational deliveries. That was not Paga though. That came all the way from Renan Paulino. This is another cross that could have been flicked in. But once again, that was the free kick, which was first stalled, and then eventually we realized that he's crossed that offside mark. This was Chika Ajulu, also showcasing his exemplary free kick flair. This was another attempt, but very good block. That was a shot taken on the turn, never really easy. And then eventually another cross comes floating in, and that was the goal from Lewang. Abdul Karim Sam kind of mistakenly created the chance, not intentionally. But then again, it's all that matters is that the ball going into the back of the net, not how it's going in or not who's making it go. Well, that's the end of the highlights for the first half, and we will now dive into a short breather before we return with another 45 minutes of action.
Welcome back for second half action here in the SSA Stadium, Shillong. Now, after the first 45 minutes and a little break, it is Shillong Lajong who start with more motivation and more force to go forward. They're on the lead, a slender 1-0, but a performance to cherish so far. Churchil brothers, they have looked solid, they have looked threatening, but they haven't yet got a goal to their name, which they will be looking for. They have scored against Shillong Lajong in the last 4 meetings. But right now it's time to find out who finds 3 more points in the I-League with a second half underway. It's Shillong Lajong in red, attacking from right to left of your screens, while Churchill brothers in their away strides of black from left to right in this half. The display of football in all has been quality from both sides, and there has been a change for Churchill brothers. Silvana Lalruth-Kima has come on to the right hand side. Not sure for whom, we'll wait for confirmation. But with me in the comm box, Rohit Ganguly. Welcome back, Rohit.
Thank you so much, Bhashwar, and what a crackling battle has this been. We were talking about it in the interval as well. Both the teams, they have played very positive brand of football, and I think that is the biggest achievement, that is the biggest thing that we can get from a match. Both the sides coming together, both the sides battling it together, all of it has been incredible. So now with that being said, here's a change that has been made by Churchill brothers. Chika Ajulu going out, wherein Silvana Lalruat-Kima has been brought onto the field. Here's a long throw for Churchill brothers, an opportunity for them to try and restore parity. Nishchal Chandan sends the header into the mix and eventually will win a corner for his team as well, as that was headed out to safety.
Well, it is a corner, but there has been another change. Martin Chavez has been taken off, and Louis Ugana has come on. Not sure if it is injury concerns, but an additional striker added up front. Louis Ugana, a familiar name right now. In the previous season, he was present in the I-League. He's back again, this time in different colors. But a corner, looking to change the color of the game here towards the far post and eventually out of danger.
Well, I'm kind of surprised with the change of Martin Chavez because he has been the engine room for Churchill brothers. Now, of course, only time shall tell that how good of a change this is going to be. Now, we know we have seen changes happening before, even in the last game that Shillong Lajong played. It was basically against their opposition, where Rajasthan United had to force a change, and eventually that worked out wonders until the last minute. Today though, for Churchill brothers, I am not sure that someone who was as good as Martin Chavez, who has been pretty active throughout this fixture today, the coach believes that maybe and just maybe Louis Ugana can be a better addition, considering the fact that he's an out-and-out striker.
Well, he won't be playing as that supplier. Rightly said, he's an out-and-out striker. He's playing that role. And the other change who came on, Silvana Lalruat-Kima, he's playing on that right-hand side, or rather an attacking role to provide. And the man who was playing striker, Ricardo De Chiara, he has dropped down a little bit.
I think they will now be playing that solitary striker because they've taken off Ajulu and they've taken off Martin as well. So that means Silvana and the likes of De Chiara, they will be playing that midfield in the central attacking midfield zone, wherein they'll be providing support to the incoming Ugana. It's a long throw here. Nishchal Chandan once again with it, all set, sends it into the box, but eventually headed away to safety. Churchill brothers looking around for a bit of shooting space and a very, very emaciated effort. Rolling up straight down the gully of Bishal Lama, who picks it up, takes his time, looks around, just trying to steal away a few crucial seconds. That's all I can say.
He has done well, Bishal Lama, not just today, I mean throughout the season. At the moment he looks solid but hasn't got a clean sheet. But Paga, time and again, he's been dropped down, and this time no question marks. The first one wasn't given, and now Shillong Lajong, what a start to the second half if they can convert this opportunity. They're complaining.
And they are complaining, they can complain as much as they want, but once the decision has been given, it's not going to get overturned. And I think a yellow card is going to come out here for the new captain. Well, that clearly is a penalty. There's no questions on that. In fact, the second one is a penalty as well. So I don't know why the referee didn't give it at the first go itself. It should have been given. But again, I think the referee understands better, and the referee brings out the yellow card to warn another Churchil Brothers player. Will confirm who is it. Look at the crowd. They are loving that. They are heaving and swirling. They are in a frenzy at the moment. And why not? Your team's leading and has a penalty to convert.
Well, they are going crazy at the moment, especially if they can go 2 up. Their celebrations can continue. 2 favorite free kick takers, Hardy Nongpi and Renan Polino. It seems like it will be Renan Polino. Just to remind you, he scored a penalty in this very fixture against Gokulam Kerala in that 3-1 victory a few matches ago. Can he convert is the question. Shubhashish Rajchaudhary up on a taste against Renan Polino. He's got the flair, he's got the experience, Shubhashish. And will it be 1-0?
Polino with the chance. And introducing the Selikau flair. He's converted the ball into the back of the net. It took us a while to realize that, but then again, when we talk about the Selikau, they don't miss too many spot kicks, do they? Look at the crowd, look at the red flags. It's a crackling red storm taking us all by surprise.
Well, it is, and Renan Polino, he is a genius. And look at those celebrations, look at those scenes. The last time I mentioned we are watching the root stages of fairy tale, a possible fairy tale here. And they continue their hopes, they continue the dream, and they will believe in their abilities, and they will keep working to make sure they do not slip. And that is a blow, but one thing for sure, both those challenges inside the box, we were enjoying or cherishing the moment, but he had to keep focused to convert it. That stop, how expertly taken a penalty. Shubhashish Rajchaudhary deceived in the side he dived as well. That is perfection. And as I was saying, those 2 nudges outside, inside the box, rather just before the penalty, both of them were clean, nailed on penalties. One given, thankfully they will be happy now.
Well, now the game's getting slightly physical. The card's gonna come out once again. The one who actually went down after the foul, he's got back up, but the one who's gonna take the booking, Kensal, it looks like he's in agony. This can be a decent chance for Churchil Brothers to try and unload an effort, unload a free kick. And at the moment though, for Shillong Lajong, everything is going rosy. For the visitors, however, they are on a path of thorns.
Well, the rose and the thorns in the same pitch together, one facing the sweeter side, one facing the better side. But Kinsel, he surely felt a knocker. He's trying to get up, he knows that it is a yellow. It is more of a clash where both of them came together. I have to see the replay just outside the box. But right now, there's no Martin Chavez to take it. Gogo, he was wanting to take it since that time in the first half. Will he finally take it, or will it be Ricardo Gichiara? And they're having a discussion. And he's wearing the captain's armband as well.
Well, Gogo is an experienced player. Once again, this will give us the idea. That clearly is a foul, no questions about that. But what beats me is how did Kinsol cock the blow? Because he was just trying to stall that. Nonetheless, keeping those discussions on the periphery, let's focus on what's at hand. A free kick, a possible goal-scoring chance.
Well, Nischal wanting the ball. They might go direct as well. And Churchill need a goal to keep the contest alive. Otherwise, Lajong will take it away. And Ricardo delivers off the crossbar and out of play. Or was it just outside anyway? And even if it was the crossbar, which will confirm in the replay, it was on the outer side. Hence, no danger.
Well, if you take a look at the number of shots unloaded by both the sides, Churchil Brothers have got 10 of them. 8 of them have come from Shillong Lajong. So that definitely tells you that Churchil Brothers is definitely not sitting back and defending, irrespective of the fact that they have lost or they are trailing this match. They've had a couple of bookings. Once again, a closer look at that free kick. Well, that kind of went out. So it was slightly higher than they would have expected. But nonetheless, the intent still bronze bright. And the idea of trying to score that goal immediately, like you pointed out, that is very critical right now for the Red Machines. The quicker they score that first goal, the better for them. The further they delay, it's going to be difficult. And if they are unable to score, well, we'll keep that discussion for another moment.
Well, they have to. There's no other option for them, but Shillong Lajong won't let them, and that is the battle which will go on. But at the same time, this Shillong Lajong team, they do not sit back and defend as far as I know them. Even in the last minutes, they just love to play their football. They love to entertain us, they love to entertain their home fans. And this man is creating a few chances since coming on, but that shot is more of a vision, less of direction from Silvana.
Yeah, I think what Silvana is lacking here, he's lacking clarity. Because it's good to see that he's shuffling between the central channel and the right. But when you are going for shots, I think it's the responsibility of the preceptor himself. He should be making it very clear that which is going to be your wheelhouse, where the shot should be coming in from. Ideally, if you are torn between the fact that whether you're going to put in all the attacks from the right or from the central channel, I think more of the attention goes on the fact that which area are you manning. Because if you're not clear about which area you're there in, it can be challenging. And there's another player who's gone down. It looks like Nishchal Chandan definitely not happy with the challenge, with the decision of the referee.
Well, there was a push from behind. That is why the foul was given. But after that, why the player is down is because there was a step on the follow-through, which of course isn't intentional, but it's painful. Lajong, the goal scorer, will get up a strong customer. They like to stay on the feet most of the times. And the free kick for Shillong Lajong. And another thing to notice in that Shillong front three is that they keep shuffling, sometimes up to Kareem on the left, but we'll talk after the free kick. Cushion header attempted, but not really well directed by Daniel Gonzalez.
I think the best part about Shillong Lajong is the shuffle that you talked about, because they are a side that's got endless stamina and energy. So for them, shuffling along the wing, shuffling from one side to the other, that's gone out of play. A throw in here in favor of Churchil brothers. They'll take their time. They'll allow their captain Gogu to arrive out into the center. And yeah, getting back to the major strength for Shillong Lajong, it's their endless ability to run and run and run. So that makes them a very dangerous side. Churchil brothers on the ball, sets it up from the far right. There comes a ballooning cross as it goes out of play as well.
Well, that reminded me of a little correction in the previous free kick. It wasn't the crossbar, it was just behind in a similar place where this attempted cross was. But as you mentioned, the shuffle, not just in the front three. Another thing I just spotted when we were discussing about the front three, the last clearance from Churchil brothers, it was controlled at the back by Hardy Nongri, who after taking the set piece just came back to the centre-back position because his centre-backs were up attacking.
I think that's the kind of versatility that you want from your team, isn't it? Particularly being the captain of the side, having an eye. This looks like another fabulous run there from Paga, but he's being denied as Churchil brothers regains possession. Now getting back to what you're talking about, Hardy Nongri, he's an experienced player, we all know that, but the best part about him is that, well, tempers flaring. Hardy, you will have to wait for the discussion part. At the moment, the entire crowd, in fact it's Hardy himself who's taken the blow. I think Churchil brothers, somebody needs to step up right now and just calm the tempers down. Good to see that Nishchal Chandan going back to Hardy, quickly having a word of apology. And when you're playing 90 minutes of football, it's pretty much on the harder side, no matter whether it's winter or not. But again, at the end of the 90 minutes of football is bound to make you exhausted. Particularly in these heated moments, you tend to cross the line.
Thankfully, he went and apologized. Otherwise, it could have been more than just talking. A card as well could have come out. Paga again. And the last touch comes of him. Or rather, took a touch off the defender. It's a throw in for Shillong Lajong. Hardy Nongri, you were telling about his abilities, his experience. And apart from the players on the pitch, the backing from the crowd, at the moment there was that heated argument or fight about to break free. The crowd had just to go on their feet and back their team, and when they did so, we know the opponents, they have to be a bit careful because referee decisions often under pressure can happen this way, and this shot is weak. That's why they will have to restart. But it will be a throw for Churchil Brothers this time.
I'm sure by the time Karim Sam gets back to the dressing room, the coach will like to have a discussion, because there was another brilliant chance that fell at his feet and he should have flicked that in. It was from almost point blank range, and that's for the umpteenth time. Here's Karim Sam again, lovely header, but that's intercepted. Now Churchil Brothers have a chance. Took a second longer to control the ball, coming all the way from the right here. Silvana sets it up for his captain Gugu, and Gugu crosses it into the box, but that's well taken care of. Here's another free kick, in fact another attack for Shillong Lajong as Karim Sam steams in from the left. And a very poor shot.
Oh, what a pass that from Harry Longby from the defensive midfield zone, splitting the entire Churchill defense to find Abdul Karim, who should have done better again. I tell you what, Rohit, I would be surprised. He's got an assist somehow, but I would be surprised if he ends the game without a goal today.
It is not going to be you only, add me in as well, because the number of chances that he's created, the number of 11 shots from both the sides, out of them I'm pretty sure he himself could have had at least 5 to 6. Once again, poor first touch. I mean, he's getting so much kind of gifted to him on a silver platter, and he's still not able to take that. I don't know how many chances will he need to convert, but I'm sure Shillong Lajong, if they want to mount a title challenge from here on, Karim Sam will have to play a pivotal role. Once again, it looks like it's Dishiara who's gone down. Yep, and he's back on his feet. Yellow card comes out. Definitely. Renan Paulino, the goal scorer, certainly not happy with the decision there.
Tell you what, even Daniel is not happy, and the reason is it could have been a different scenario had the game not heated up at that moment. That didn't look a clean yellow. Laimang was down a moment ago. He's struggling a bit. Even a few moments ago in the throw-in situation, he was struggling. The physio just having a check. Hopefully he's all right and can continue. 2 yellow cards each. As when your defensive midfielder is on a yellow, it is a risk, because he's the one who does that dirty midfield walk. Even though it hasn't been that dirty or clumsy, but he needs to do at times. And now, for a soft challenge, he's gone into the books, which creates an opportunity for Churchill to exploit that space.
Free kick here in favor of Churchil Brothers. Well, they have an uphill task ahead of them. They have a mountain to climb, and they are not even close to that base camp. Here's a lovely free kick sent into the mix, but eventually taken care of by Churchil Brothers as Kinsall twists and turns around, eventually conceding possession before Churchil Brothers does the same after failing to control the ball. And here's a chance for Churchill, in fact for Shillong Lajong from the right. The flag is stayed down. Goal scoring chance for Karim Sam. And somehow, well, I reckon the flag's gone out. Yeah, that face will tell you he's kind of disappointed. Even if we keep this chance aside, you've had countless of them, and he's failed to impress his audience.
Well, it was offside. The flag came up a bit late, and that is why. But another chance which he couldn't control. He's disappointed, as you said, but he's more disappointed with himself, the way he's performing. Time and again, from the first minute of the game, we are talking about his qualities and his ability, goal scoring prowess, height and physicality, which hasn't come into use, and he knows as well. It happens for strikers when you're not getting goals. Just frustrating.
Certainly it does, because at times, again, it's easy to probably say it from this end, but when you're on the pitch, particularly when you're playing in your home ground and when you're in the northeast, the fans are always very loud. It's a corner though. Stanley will get back to the discussion after this corner. Stanley whips that in, chance, but that should ideally be a throw-in at the other end, is it? Yeah, it's a throw-in for Churchil Brothers, and it looks like Shillong Lajong, they kind of got spirited away in the heat of the moment.
Well, Paga thought it was a throw-in for Shillong, which is why he let it run. He could have easily controlled it. That is why we say play to the whistle. When he had the opportunity, he could have controlled. And now, Churchil have a chance with a long throw from the opposite end. Nishchal Chandan with the throw. Solid header out again. And now Paga, this time he wouldn't let it run off. With some good defending, but he has it back. Just sticks to his man, sticks to the ball. And again, good defending this time from Churchil brothers. Only for a moment to clear it.
Just a quick question for you, Bhashwar. A few moments ago, Nishchal Chandan went for that long throw. Alright, well, I'll ask the question, I'll hold on to it. There's a change happening for Shillong Lajong. And it looks like Lewang, the goal scorer, he'll be going out. And he will be making way
Substitution
for
for
Figo
Shillong
Sunda.
Lajong, jersey number 13.
Now getting back to the question, yesterday we have seen how the long throws were coming in. And particularly from Balwant Singh. Do you think somehow Nishchal Chandan is not really getting the runway that he would want for the long throws to come in? Because it's pretty much cramped out on the sides.
Well, can be one aspect of it, but on the other hand, another aspect is the defensive headers out. That has been solid. Even though, of course, that runner plays a part, he hasn't got that much of a free space like last day we saw in the Delhi against Namdhari match. But then, even then, Nishchal Chandan is doing so well to generate that power in the throw, and the defending has been top-notch. But the change coming in, Figo Sinta in place of Laiwang, one goal scorer off. We'll have to wait to see if it's another possible goal scorer on. This man is very impressive if he can be on his top game. He's played the Santosh Trophy final in Saudi Arabia as well. Has been running the show for the Meghalaya state team, but there's a chance give away here for Churchil, who are in attack, and Hardy now to recover. He just knows where the players are. He doesn't even need to look at them. Kinsel will win a free. But as I was talking about Figo Sinta, he's got the tricks, he's got the skills, got the pace. If he can bring it on, this can be game taken away from Churchil.
Well, you were talking about Hardy and Figo. Well, Figo is someone who's, well, of course, when we talk about Figo, the first and foremost name that comes to our mind is that Portuguese legend. But again, talking about this Figo Sendai, he is another very predatory goal scorer. He can sniff out opportunities in a heartbeat. And the best part about him is he's kind of ubiquitous when it comes to being around in that attacking zone. The way he just circles around, waits for opportunities, that's absolutely sensational from Figo. Talking about Hardy a few moments ago, well, that's a lovely ball. This can be a chance for Kinsol, and he's been denied. He's being denied from point blank range. A brilliant save here from Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary as he storms out of the gates to deny the big man.
I will tell you what, a little selfish from Kinsel. He knows that as well. He was hungry for goal. What a pass that again. This time Renan probably. Two players, Abdul Karim and Figo Sindai. He's frustrated. What an introduction it could have been. But they can afford a smile because they're on a 2-0 lead. And they have a corner now. Good save from Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary.
Yeah, of course, good work there. The moment he came out of that goal line, he knew that he will have to storm up. He'll have to prune down the angle. Sensational work. And now again, the hero for us, the hero of the moment for Shillong Lajong, despite not scoring a goal. Hardy Nongri, the captain, he is going to deliver in another set piece, sends it into the mix. Goal scoring chance! And that's gone agonizingly wide. What a sensational header had it been.
Well, the best of headers from Abdul Karim in today's match. But this time, there is not really a blame on him, but came close. Just unfortunate. And look at that, a good leap, a good powerful header. Could have been buried in that bottom corner had that been on target. But again, the corner kick, and as you said, without scoring a goal, this is brilliant from Harry Nongri. What a player. Not just today, day in, day out. And here comes Paga from the right.
Bhashwar, when we talk about this Marathon I-League, the magic word for any team is consistency. You can be as good as Messi in a game, but if you're not performing in the rest of the games, people will forget what you're capable of. So you have to keep on delivering. Here's another chance, a Ranger coming in, but that is extremely weak. Vishal Lama, he'll just wait around. He'll wait for someone to just arrive at his doorstep before he picks it up and launches it into the play. But yes, so that is, we were getting back to the point of consistency. Another change happening here though, and it looks like it's going to be Ralte coming in place of Sebastian.
Well, it is Lalram Ralte coming in place of Sebastian. So I haven't seen too much of him, but he has been involved, and now a chance. Clever flicked ball forward. Communication in that defense, Vishal Lama. And that is one thing you get in addition when you root in local talents. The communication is so good among themselves. And you said consistency, rightly said, the more consistent a team is, unbeaten. Only 2 teams in the league at the moment, even though still not pretty deep in the league. It's Mohammedan on top and Shillong Lajong here, who have got wins and draws, of course, but not to beat so far. But Churchil still have time. 20 minutes. Gogo with the delivery. He is dangerous on those places on the right-hand side. And since that substitution in the second half, Gogo has looked more and more promising. Silvana probably is just allowing him that space to overlap. It was a different strategy in the first half. But now Shillong, end-to-end action. Another good cross. Figo Sindai didn't connect well.
Well, a couple of headers so close yet so far. I'm pretty sure Karim Sam must be thinking, what if Figo would have let that ball come to me? I could have just smashed that, but not to be. Here's another change that's happening. In fact, that is the change rather.
Jersey number 27,
It's
Sebastian,
Lalrim Ruata
replaced by
Ralte
jersey number 17,
who's stepped in.
Lalrim Ruata.
Change that's happened slightly late. I think there was a bit of technical anomaly out on the sides, and now Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary, I'm sure he must be thanking his stars, because so many chances falling in the stride of Shillong Lajong as they try to control the ball, as they try to dictate the midfield and create those chances. Here's another opportunity, and now it stays at the feet of Churchil brothers. It's the captain Gugu into that central zone. Now steers it further forward. This can be a potential goal scoring chance. A slightly overweight long ball that will eventually fizzle out at the field of play for a goal kick.
Well, indeed, another chance, and they're closing down the spaces so quickly. The previous attempt from Churchill brothers from the centre, it wasn't that powerful as you said, but the reason was he couldn't actually unleash the shot. Foot came in from Kinson Lewitt, which took a touch of him and then back on the attacker, and then to the keeper Vishal Lama, who plays it long. That was the previous attack, not this one, of course. This one was a goal kick. Churchil have the ball back. If they want anything from this game, they need to be quick. We've seen late drama in the I-League, but this is one venue where it will be the toughest. Louis Ukana controls. Solid defending. He failed to push, he failed to pull, but he didn't go down, as well as that being a little soft to bring that big man down.
Well, we'll be honest, I mean, we all know football is a body contact game, so yes, contacts like these, they can be critical. At times they can even create that doubt in the mind of a referee. But with a challenge like that, I don't think penalty is always on the cards. Figo Sendai on the ball from the left. Get some help from Kinzal. Kinzal sends it further forward into the box now. Figo Sendai. But a very, very weak effort there, rolling into the gloves of Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary. And of course, talking about Shubhashish, being the shot stopper, being the prolific goalkeeper that he is never going to be beaten with those. There's a chance though for Churchill brothers as they come from the left. That's a nice pass and very well defended there by Shillong Lajong.
How many times have we praised their defense in a game where their attack has been so good to watch as well? And here comes Kinsel. Abdul Karim is very eager to show why he is their star man. Abdul Karim finds a cross this time, and they will keep it in. Baga again. This chance, there was Hadi, he went for goal, but Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary with an important palm in the way.
Well, we were talking about star power from Abdul Karim, and somehow that pass that he created, that could have been miles better. He had all the time in the world, and somehow he chooses that far post. Eventually the shot does come in, but he could have just laid it down for the player who was there in the central channel. But alright, I think different perspectives, different thoughts. And here's a corner. Hardy Nongri once again reporting for duty. He sends it into the mix. Goal scoring chance, and Abdul Karim still doesn't get himself on the score sheet.
Well, even the fans they're enjoying the fact that attacks were coming. 15 shots now. How well they've accelerated from that shot stat. It was Churchill leading in the amount of shots, even though not on target. But now Shillong Lajong is up to Kareem again with the chance. He's doing all the things right, getting in places, rising, getting a touch, getting the headers. But where is the goal? Even he is frustrated, and he's trying to be fair. And that is sometimes even disappointing. You've got to feel for him sometimes as admirer, if you say, or maybe when you're watching him, you get to feel that frustration on a humanitarian ground, maybe.
Well, being very honest, I think he's improved by leaps and bounds than what he was playing in the first half. He's
We are
taking his
pleased to
chances
announce
going
the
forward with the headers.
spectators.
Most
Number
importantly,
today
once
at
again,
the
that
FSA
off-the-ball
Stadium Polo
movement,
is
it has been stellar from Abdul Kareem.
6,115.
But again,
He's
given the
on
fact
behalf
that
of
he
the
tried
Principal
so
Jing
hard, he
Guardian
still not
by
found the
Government
goals.
Academy.
I think that is what
FSA
made
Stadium
it
Polo
just maybe
Club.
playing with his
Rio
mind.
Majar, she's
Because
far
again, like you
outside.
pointed out, being a human, you definitely want, when you're trying so hard, you will want the rewards. But with that being said, you will have to work harder maybe, or the execution has to be better. Kinsall comes in from the left into the box now, creates space for him, sets it up, goal scoring chance, what a block! That is a sensational bit of defensive work there from Shillong Lajong. In fact, from Churchill brothers, apologies, as Shillong Lajong keeps on looking for a goal while the Red Machines keeps on fighting.
Another build-up, Rohit. What a way to get to that chance. And it was Heidi at the end of it, with the first bit of work done by Kinsall. And this is beautiful to watch at Shillong. And Heidi Nongri delivers again on a plate. Wilson. It was Ronnie Wilson who rose. And now some counter to do for Churchill. Stopped by Kinsall clinically. He knew what he was doing. A foul and free kick. That we were talking about off-ball movements of Abdul Kareem. The entire team is built this way. Another chance coming up. Again, well dealt with by Kinsai Kongshik.
The ball's back at Shillong's feet, Shillong Lajong's feet. In fact, that's another long ball, a bit of a push. Sendai wanted to snatch the ball away, but he was up against a goalkeeping stalwart of India, who was always going to get there first the moment he was out of his line. And now Shillong Lajong wants to steer and wants to carve open an attack of their own. Plays it towards the far right, looking around for some space, looking around for crossing opportunities. Brilliant work. That has to be a free kick. He's gone down right in front of the eyes of the assistant referee, and he's not taken much long to lift the flag up. There's going to be, I think, the captain again himself, who will step up for the free kick, because he has been delivering those bullets from the right, from the left. Yes, it's the captain himself.
Well, the fans are vocal in full voice. If they can get another one, it'll be early Christmas presents, even though, of course, more matches to come. But Heidi Nongri can confirm 3 more points. He delivers in the box again. It is Abdul Kareem. He is the target man. That is one thing clear. But he is not finding the target. That is another thing to just see and wait for when he does find the target.
Well, one particular thing that I should talk about in this header, this was not really the convincing one that he created in the last, because this was much easier for him, because he had the entire goalkeeping at his face. So all he needed to do was just power that header into the back of the net. But on the contrary, what he did is he just overpowered it. So again, these small things coming into frame. Another corner. Once again, that same sequence, Hardy Nongri rushing up. And I think the target man, as you pointed out, will be none other than jersey number 19. It is Abdul Kareem Samp. Can he finally redeem himself? We do not know. But Hardy Nongri, what a player he has been. This time takes a shot. Kinsall on the ball. Plays it to Hardy on to the right. Hardy comes up with the cross. That's a very, very tame cross. Yeah.
The weakest of all, he has delivered, and now counter opportunity. But it was the other number 19 who got the touch this time. Coco in the box and not Abdul Kareem. But Stenley, he's trying to create something. Maybe a bit of drama here again. Some good defending, but Louis Ugana is coming alive late. 10 minutes remaining after this, 11 to be precise. This game has been flowing by, running past before we can realize. And a change for Churchil brothers coming in. It is Trijoy Savio Diaz coming on to replace Ricardo Techiara. Wonder what's that change about, but with 10
Substitution for Churchill brothers. Jersey
Well, I
number
think
9.
Ricardo, he's been slightly off color. That was a decent opportunity. A nice curler coming in all the way from the right. Now Ricardo De Chiara, ever since Martin Chavez has been taken off at the cusp of half-time, Ricardo has been slightly reticent. Here's another long range, and what could have been an easy chance if he could have gone forward. For some weird and some bizarre reason, he just wanted to take the shot from miles away. I mean, miles would be an understatement. That was light years away.
Well, I'll give you a reason why. It is the pressure on this team. They're just frustrated. Even a while ago when the corner was awarded to Shillong Lajong and the header came from Emiliano Calicri, probably, the way he jumped in frustration. It just feels almost at the moment like the opponents, when they come to this venue, it's like a person just trapped in the lion's den. They're just thrown into it and there's no way out in the cage. And here's Kinson. Renan Paulino that's intervened by the substitute, and he has been brought on to try and create that change.
Now trying to come in all the way from the left, controlling the ball, twists and turns around in pretty phenomenal fashion. Here comes the cross, and now whether it was a cross or whether it was a direct attempt to try and test Vishal Lama from range, none of that found meaning. And it looks like the oncoming Louis Ogana, he is definitely not happy with that. I reckon there's been a deflection along the way, because are they preparing for a corner? No. Or in fact, one of their players have gone down. So crucial seconds that will be taken right now.
Well, indeed, every time there's an injury now, they'll take their own sweet time to be up, but hopefully the player is all right. That is more important for Shillong Lajong, and the way this unit has performed. There's still time. 8 minutes and additional time to come on. Not sure if we can carry on. We're talking about running down the clock, with Shillong generally do not to offer the ball. They will generally pass it around and just keep it with them to run down the clock. That is a style to do it, and that is some fashion to do it, I would say. But this one, it looks to be a genuine injury at the moment. 8 minutes to go. How much will be added on? We will have to wait and see. 2 goals. Still, the way the I-League is played, or the way we have seen in I-League, anything is possible. So another goal is what Shillong Lajong would be looking for to confirm 3 points.
Churchill once again on the ball. I think with this defeat, they will be ailing still in that bottom half of the points table. That is poor from Guru. He's had a wonderful game so far, but then again, it's moments like these that allow Shillong Lajong to try and make further infractions into the opposition half. And yes, with this victory, Churchill brothers will be going up into the top 3 momentarily, though, because Real Kashmir has a match in the evening. So if however,
Substitution for
a bit of correction, maybe. I think I got the numbers wrong, but nonetheless, talking about the match, getting back to the match, this has been an absolutely sensational bit of encounter, brilliant display from Shillong Lajong. The Churchill brothers, they simply do not want to be written off. The flag's gone up, it's going to be a goal kick eventually.
Well, it is a goal kick for Shillong Lajong, and just a reminder, they love scoring late. And with full time approaching, I wonder if Shillong Lajong will continue doing what they do, scoring late goals. Churchill brothers, if they can score one before 85 or maybe before 88, they will have a chance. Asking too much of Figo Sentai on that occasion. He has been lively since coming on. Figo. Churchill brothers with their substitutes. Those have been spot on as well from Edgardo Raul, but have to praise Hobby long, but here comes Kinsel, takes it away from the defenders, too fast to even take a touch on him, but eventually cleared. And a change meanwhile has come on for Shillong Lajong, maybe is getting ready to come on for the injured player. It is Shano. Throw in meanwhile for Shillong. They continue the attack. Excellent stuff here as Sidney Terang. And it came off a red shirt. Throw in for Churchill taken.
But a few moments ago, that was a poor giveaway there by. There was poor giveaway that was well exploited by Kinsel. It's just that he took a bit too long to create that cross, or what could have been that elusive third goal. That's a nice ball forward, but well defended there by Churchill brothers. They've kind of shackled the Shillong Lajong players right now. And this can be a chance. Gugu on the counter. Looks around for a bit of help. Doesn't really control the ball well enough and was clamped down very quickly. Here's a chance for Churchill brothers, but sensational bit of defending coming in from S. Tariang. He's been a very underrated player. He's been one of the unsung warriors for Shillong Lajong today. Here comes a cross, and that somehow will head out for a corner. A chance for Churchill brothers with 5 minutes of regulation time to go to make it 2-1. And if they can pull one goal back, we are in for an even livelier finish to what has been an absolutely pulsating battle between two equally matched sides.
Corner taken. Churchill looking for pulling one back. Not possible yet. And Kinsel, he's just growing into the game. Still continues the run. Brilliant. And has he stayed onside? Figo Sindai. And the flag will go up. He wants to be on the score sheet desperately. But Kinsel, how committed is that? Committed defending there and committed attacking up front.
I think if Figo would have wanted that goal, he had to come down slightly. Maybe just play himself onside, give that supportive space. Because still that time Kinsel could have kept the ball. There was no pressure on him. So maybe he could have just dribbled past the marker as well. But nonetheless, once again, another lovely move there, and the way they attack. That's another long. This could have been a chance. Extended his feet, hoping to just poke it at the far post. And it still eludes them.
Well, the best attack so far from Churchill brothers in the second half. And it was the substitutes combining a beautiful cross. And he got the better of the defender too, but couldn't get enough contact. 50-50 ball possession. The gameplay hasn't been that one-sided, but the score line is. And Churchill brothers just haven't been that good in the final third. That is the problem. Midfield battle has been even Stevens. Up to Kareem. He's still working hard, still running, and somehow that looked like it wasn't well directed from Shubhashish. A lapse of concentration. And again, certainly Tehran with that defensive bit of work.
Another throw in for Churchill brothers. I'm pretty sure this match still has a lot of life left in it. It's far away from the finish line as Churchill keeps on knocking on the doors. Cuts back in slowly, looking around for space. Once again, onto the far right. It's Gugu who sends in that cross, will take a deflection and go out for another corner. With every passing minute, the knocks on the doors for Shillong Lajong are getting louder as Churchill brothers earns their 6th corner of the match.
Well, it is getting louder. 6 corners apiece for both teams. But right now, Churchill have to score from this opportunity before 90 if they want to keep chances alive in additional time. Here comes the left-footed delivery, in swinging, a free header there, or rather a free shot, another attempt, and Vishal Lama will collect it safely. That was an easier one, but the first chance was the best chance of the 3 in the box right now from the corner, and Vishal launches it. Figo Sindai, well, we might see a goal on the other end if he creates something. Kinsel, he's just running the show right now, suddenly stealing limelight. How many times has been pulled and shrugged in the last 5 minutes, and finally gets a free kick.
What I'm surprised is that the yellow card didn't come out. Could have been, I think it's because Renan is already on a yellow, so the referee just didn't want to make it even further worse for Churchill brothers. In fact, it was not Renan actually. Apologies for the same. but I think that card should have come out. But nonetheless, here's another chance for Shillong Lajong to put the game to bed once and for all. I think the game's already on the bed. And
well, it is Daniel Gonzalez who's taking the set piece this time and not Hardy, which indicates he might be going for a shot.
in fact, an in-swinger. I think that's what we are looking forward to. Daniel has a very venomous left foot. There he comes up and it rattles the wall. And here's a chance for Churchil brothers to try and break. They've sent the ball forward. It's a long race. And it looks like it just steered off the path very slightly. But look at Daniel Gonzalez. He was there in the free kick duty a few moments ago. And the way he tracks back, the way he defends that, I think that is simply mesmerizing.
Well, Coco trying to create something. But what a performance, what a team performance so far. Into additional time now. And all the way back to Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary. Daniel, he was the one again who took the free kick and did the job back in defense. The distance covered from one box to the other. And well, Churchil brothers are just not finding answers. It is 7 minutes. That is massive. There has been a few injuries and stoppages. No complaints about that maybe. But still, 7 more minutes of lifeline for Churchil brothers. There was a willing runner, not spotted. Luyukana cannot get the better of Renan Paulino. This is excellent. And now Hardy Nongpi just switches direction to where the number of black shirts were less at that moment.
Back to Shillong Lajong once again as they play it amongst themselves, just trying to kill a bit of time, and launches another one downtown. Well defended there by Churchil brothers, but not as far as they would have wanted. Trying to infiltrate from the right, they have been denied. Here's a throw in favor of Churchil brothers. They're taking their time once again, not really happy with the decisions there.
And that's Lalram Ruwata Ralte, the substitute, and Shano, the other substitute, want to throw in off him. And trying to be a bit clever there. Kinsai Kongshit just taking it a bit forward, take the throw. And they're eagerly waiting. Felt a push, but too soft to be given. Into the second minute of additional time. Stolen. And now Shano again has the pace. And looking for options, crowded in 4 black shirts. Again looking for the free kick. Frustrated looking defensive work from Churchil, and Nischal clears it. Finally they will have a throw in. Look at the crowd, they're packed house right now. They're coming in gradually from minute 1 of the game, and right now they're all here to celebrate together if the scoreline stays this way.
Well, this has been a pretty sensational crowd as well. We all know about the fact that crowd in the hills, crowd in the mountains, they are just amazing. They love football so much that they never fail to turn up. They're always there, they're always helping around, and most importantly, they're embracing the football with arms wide open. Here's a chance for Shillong Lajong to just steer it clear, and they eventually do that. Here's once again another attack brewing from the left. Kinsol on the ball. Kinsol has been so active. It's been a treat to watch, and I think till the time Kinsol can continue doing what he does the best, taking that workload, creating those chances from the left. He's being denied, he's being stalled, and Shillong Lajong, they are heading towards their 8th undefeated match. And it looks like Abdul Karim Sam, just when he felt that he can have a chance of unloading a shot, the referee's blown the whistle.
Well, not just their 8th unbeaten match, one more thing they're heading towards is a clean sheet at the moment, which they haven't got since a long while. 8 matches in the I-League, this one the 8th, and there's a mistake. The clean sheet almost jinxed there. Commentator scores thankfully not coming in there.
Well, it would have been a crazy time. This is another chance. Figo Sendai on the prowl, and it has been cleared away by the experienced Shubhashish Roy Chaudhary. He won't be faced by them. Here comes Churchil brothers once again. Now from the right, Gugu on the ball. Plays it on to the far right. May very well have been offside, but the flag has stayed down. Gugu sends it towards the goal opportunity. Bishal Lama, he was beaten. And a timely intervention from Daniel Gonzalez, it looks like, has saved the day once again for Shillong Lajong.
Well, question marks on that clean sheet, as I mentioned. Not just the I-League, even them similar to Delhi FC since the second division. It's been a good while now they haven't kept a clean sheet, 12 or maybe a little more. And now the corner, they're looking for that, and that's a very, very poor one. Too much power on it, and Kinsel will let it run off. So clever, just allows Gogo to get a touch. He knows he's going nowhere from there. The throw in for Shillong Lajong. They'll take a bit of time too with that. Gogo just wants game to restart, but Kinsel, camera focused on him because we know the way he's been performing, especially in the second half. Up to Kareem with the flick. And here's Kinsel again. Look at the amount of pressure, and he's frustrated really, Emiliano. And this is what is the problem for Churchill. Not telling about the frustration, but what I'm talking about is what they're needing to do to stop these Shillong Lajong players. There's no way they're getting the ball off them unless it is a mistake or they are being fouled to stop. And here comes Hari. Another attack meanwhile.
I think it just tells you about the quality that they bring to the game, about this unwavering hunger that they have to keep the ball at their feet. That's slightly overpowered though. Could have done better than that. And it goes out of play. Final 90 seconds of the match remaining, and a couple of changes loading up for Shillong Lajong, just stealing away the seconds. I think that's the best way we can describe it. Nothing better than that. It's going to be Ronald Lingdo, who is going to make his way to the center, who's all set for that move to come in. And also Iborlang Lingdo, another name when you talk about Iborlang.
And again,
He's a very young defender, and look at the reception by the crowd. This tells you how good they have been. This tells you how phenomenal they have been. And the crowd, they have loved it. Why not? It's a home team after all.
Well, indeed, Churchil brothers still trying, still hoping to find a goal, but they will not be allowed to do so. Another pass up the Kareem, looked offside. The flag stayed down, and now it's gone up because of the Kareem finally got contact on the ball. They just waited for the decision, but he was offside clearly. But the change is a little surprising because Figo was taken off, but then it's the last minute of the game. Just wants to waste some time with the stoppages. Haven't talked too much about this man, but have to praise him. Bobby Lingdo Langbot, the head coach of Shillong Lajong.
Had I been in place of Abdul Kareem Samb, I'm pretty sure that last ball, even if the flag went up, at least to have a feel of the goal, I would have just poked it into the back of the net. I've worked so hard. I mean, again, Abdul Kareem Samb, he's actually been a presence to remember, a very reckoning force up front for Shillong Lajong, but just not one of those days where he could find the back of the net. Tried and tried, and with this, that should mark the end of what has been a phenomenal battle of two equally matched sides, as Shillong Lajong will bag the bragging rights against the Red Machines.
And the first clean sheet, 3 more points, level with Trinity Deccan on second position. Shillong Lajong are flying right now, and the dream is on. A potential fairy tale dream is on here at Shillong in Meghalaya. We've seen a few seasons ago a northeastern team rising from the bottom. Aizawl FC is this Shillong's time. A long way to go, a lot of hard work to do, but right now it's a 2-0 victory, a well-deserved one. 50-50 in possession stats, 18 shots from Lajong, 6 on target, 12 shots from Churchill brothers, only 2 of which are on target, and that has been the clear difference. A corner almost neck to neck, 7 for Churchill, 6 for Lajong, and 5 offsides. 3 of them I'm sure is up to Kareem, and most of those shots as well we see on that stat, 2 yellow card each.
That's the shots we were talking about. Shillong Lajong, 18 of them. Kareem Samb, 7 shots, none of them on target. Unfortunately, Daniel Gonzalez and Paga and Brendan Paulino with a couple of them each. Ronnie as well contributed with a couple of those shots. But Hardy, despite sending in all the free kicks and everything, he just had a couple of shots. And for Churchill brothers, it was a pretty even Stevens altogether. Dishiara with 4 shots. Chika Ajulu with a couple of them, Martin Chavez with a couple of them. The second half though, Rahul Raju, Ralte and Silvana unloading one shot each.
Well, if Shillong Lajong continue playing this way, 8 fouls involved, most of them in the second half trying to win possession, but if they continue this brand of football, it'll not just give them points, but irrespective of that, they will have more following and discussions going on throughout the country. People like to see this kind of football. One of the best games we have seen, Rohit, without doubt.
Absolutely, and we'll get back to the discussion, but then just to give you all a heads up of the fouls committed by Churchil brothers, 13 of them. Gogu with 3, Calgary, Nishchal and Rahul Raj with a couple of them, Chika Ajulu and Costa unloading 1 foul each. At the same time, as the picturesque Shillong pans out before us, we'll quickly show you the battle of the sides that eventually ended in favor of the hosts while the visitors kept on chasing windmills. That was the first chance where we realized that Kareem Abdul Samb is going to have a long day in office. Had a brilliant opportunity, was just not ready for that as the ball bobbled in front of him. That was another sensational cross from Paga. Paga was absolutely instrumental from that right wing, particularly in that first half.
Chances after chances came up to Kareem, almost getting at the end of all of those chances. Sadly for him, he didn't get a goal, and this was close again from Renan Paulino, who delivered the cross. And not just these attacks, we'll see a bit of defending as well, maybe, but so many attacks that there's no time to look at those half chances which Churchill created but couldn't convert. A few chances for Churchill too, but this attempt, Daniel Gonzalez almost found a goal, the opening one, but it was offside. And there's the chance from Chika, just attempting and testing the keeper. But there you see the defensive pieces of play, but the strikers tried but couldn't find the target, and this man Paga time and again in the box, and there's how the opening goal came. Abdul Kareem with a scuffed shot, not on target, but turned out to be the assist provider in the opening goal of the game.
Well, he definitely had the mind of trying to curl that into the mix. He tried his best, and that was the penalty that allowed Renan Paulino. The first one itself was a spot kick as well, but then it was denied, and then Renan Paulino with a bit of a hopscotch, kind of emulating Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes in his run-up, eventually before poking it into the back of the net before that caterpillar celebration came out. And then it was a flurry of misses from Abdul Kareem Samb, who's really been a towering presence in the mix. A couple of brilliant headers, just unfortunate that the ball didn't get into the back of the net. And Kinsall, what a match he's had, over and over again, coming in from the two wings before the referee finally put Churchill brothers out of misery. Well, that's that from us as well. This will be your commentators Rohit and Bhashwar signing off for today as Shillong Lajong secured a 2-0 victory over the visiting Churchill brothers.